I'm going to do a little bit of waxing now. That's the H side. I made a bit of a mess of it, so I'm doing a slightly better version. I also got interrupted, so my commentary was a bit mad. So I'll explain again. I used to use a cosmetic wax pot. There we are. Glorious, isn't it? Worked fine actually, but it could have done with being just a tiny bit hotter. And this was recommended by a few people. It's a batik pot. Can't tip it up too much because it's full of hot wax. Works very, very well. Probably if it was a proper accordion reed wax thing, it would be tall, so it would hold everything in a lot better. Normally I do this with the window open there and the garage door open there, so I've got a through flow of air, but as I'm doing a quickie to complete the sequence of work on the treble end, I'm just going to get on with it. Can't quite hold my breath, but anyway, what I've done with this is I put a little bar across here. It's actually a bicycle spoke, means that I can wipe excess wax off. This is a little spoon I made, just a bit of the sort of steel that I use for making odd bits and pieces, especially new linkages in bass ends if I'm doing a 12 bass. This is unbelievably useful little spoon. It's made out of a baked bean tin. I just cut it to fit the size, and it works remarkably well. It's not amazingly well constructed, as you can see. It's just folded over and hit with a hammer. This one is much the same, but slightly unwieldy because of the length. But that's quite handy for getting into one rows where the reed blocks are fixed. So anyway, we'll start off with this and see how we get on. I'll probably do loads of things that are out of shot, unfortunately, because I'm trying to peer over the top of the camera. So let's put a couple of reeds in. I started off by trying every reed in place to make sure that the valves didn't foul anything, because it's very easy to leave your valve just a little bit too long, or if you're replacing reeds in a block that wasn't designed for reeds of that length, that they can't quite fit. So you just check everything beforehand, because it's much easier to check it before the wax gets on. I'm still trying to do this so that I don't keep putting it out of eye line. Trying to not make too much of a mess of everything, and trying to keep everything nice and parallel, because if you can see that the reeds are parallel, then you know that you're not creeping into the edge of the timber work in between the reeds. So that's all in. Yeah, it's okay. And just try and sort out the wax. Once you get going, it's quite easy to establish a bit of a rhythm, and you know how much wax to get on the spoon at any one time. Right, now we just let that set for a little bit. It's only me blowing on it. Not very neat, that one. Got a bit of wax on the top of the reed itself. I'll clean that off before I start doing any tuning, otherwise I'll get wax over scrapers and all kinds of things. There we are. M-reed's done. I'll have a quick check to make sure I haven't got any air holes that I've missed anywhere. Don't think I have. Everything seems reasonably well sealed. That, I don't like the look of that, but I don't actually think there is any. No, there's no chance of any air getting blown past that. Now, yeah, this was the one where I ended up with a little bit. There we are. I think that should be clear, and haven't done anything nasty to the valve. That still operates like it should, I think. Let's try it. Yep, that's all right. So I will try that and see how it sounds, and do this on the test rig. That all sounds fine. The extra odd notes are because the H reeds are on the other side, and I wasn't quite able to mask them off as I was working. Anyway, that's reed waxing. That's how I do it. Other people will have better methods, I'm absolutely sure, but it works for me, and when I try and do clever things, I always seem to go wrong. So that's as far as I got. I think I've explained everything about modifications to the reed blocks in the last video. I'll update you when I start tuning, I think. Although I've got to do the entire uh, bass end. This is what I will be working with. Uh, I don't know what I'm going to do with it really. It's all far too wormy to do anything with, even if I didn't have all this on the other side. So what I'll probably do is cut the whole lot out, maybe leave a 10mm lip or something like that. Then I've got another piece of ply that I can drop in. Given that this was a treble end, there are no holes drilled for the 4 buttons, but I might put more than 4 buttons on, just, well, because it's sort of a stupid thing I do. But anyway, we shall see.